Good day, everyone. I'm excited to be here today again. Today, we're going to learn a software called Zoho Project. Zoho Project is a project management tool that is cloud-based. It's cloud-based in the sense that you do not need to download the software directly on your system. Anytime you want to access the software, all you just need to do is to log in to access your documents. So to access it, the first thing we are going to do, you open a blank page. You make sure your internet is on for you to be able to work on a cloud-based software. You need to always be on the net. So how do I access this software? I type www.zoho.project. All right, so you can see zoho.com. So all you just need to do is to come under project. Zoho is just like Microsoft. They have a lot of softwares, a lot of solutions in different fields. They have Zoho Mail, Zoho Inventory, Zoho Book, Zoho Complete CRM. So just like Microsoft Office, Microsoft Excel and stuff like that. So but our major concern is to explore today the project management software that they have. Okay, we click Zoho Project. Alright, so whenever you see this logo, then you are in Zoho environment. There's something that caught my attention the first time I visited this site. It says one day after we started using Zoho Project, it was really clear to us where we were. The truth is that a lot of us do projects and we can't really say where we are. You just start, and as things begin to come, you begin to handle them. As challenges begin to come, you begin to handle them. But the truth is, we are not really on top of the game. As a project manager with foresight, when something is about to go wrong, as a project manager, you should have an idea about what is going to go wrong. You should be able to know when things are not going well, and you should be able to be proactive enough to make one or two changes, do one or two things in order to bring your project back on track. Okay, so this is a testimony of a lady, is an operations director in our company, and she said one day after we started using Zoho Project, it was really clear to us where we were standing. Okay, so how do we go in? It's either you sign in or you sign up You can sign in if you have registered before. If you have not registered before, then you can sign up. So I click sign up. So your company name, you can put your company name there. You can put your email there. You can put your password there. So you need to agree to the terms and privacy policy, terms of service and privacy policy. Then you need to sign up. Okay, so I'm signing up on my page for Zoho Project. Now, at this point, I need to let us know that there are so many softwares available for project management, but depending on the activity, depending on the nature of our business, depending on the nature of our work, depending on the type of projects that we handle from time to time, we choose the software that best suits that purpose. Now, this software is very good in a project environment where you work together as a team. The order of the day now is we see a lot of people working from home. This software has some features that you can deploy to monitor even those guys that are working from home. Okay, so let's go ahead with the registration. The timing is correct. The industry I need to choose. I can say construction. Now you have to be very careful here. Excuse me. Will you be interested in a free 10-day enterprise trial? Now, this software is free if you are in the basic version. Even you can add 3 users. But immediately you click trial here, if you click yes, after 10 days, you will not have access to your document, your files again. You just see that your account has been deactivated. So don't fall for that trap. Just say no. So when you say no, you will still have access to all your files. They will just be telling you that you need to upgrade, you need to upgrade, you need to upgrade this. You pay for this depending on the users, depending on team members that you have. But if you don't have more than 3 members and you don't put more than, I think, 2 or 3 projects at a go, you are still good to go. All right. So this software basically is good for teams, and if you have a large team and you want to have access to your projects, is ideal you upgrade to see the offer that will be good for you. So I'm not falling into that trap. I'm not interested in the enterprise version. The enterprise version comes with it. We're going to look at what it's going to cost if you really want to really pay for this software. So I'm set now. I'm going to get started. All right, so we have the first interface. You can import information from other application. You can also import from Microsoft Project. Also, you can import from Microsoft Project. You can create your own. Let's go with this. Let's create our own project. Let's create our own project. So, what is the project title? You can say foundation for a bungalow for a steel structure. All right, so let's look at. All right, so for our first project, we have the title. We can choose a start date. Can choose a start date. I'm coming. Let's assume our start date is March 8th. All right, then it's going to take like 1, 2. It's going to take like let's just assume the 3rd of May. That is when our project will end. Okay, so you can give an overview of what the project is all about. All right, this project is about the civil and steel works for a proposed warehouse. All right, now you can customize your tabs. These are modules, Gantt and reports, just like we have in Microsoft Project. You can attach documents. You can create milestones. You can create time sheets. We are going to discuss about that. You can have a finance side. We can have issues. Okay, you're going to have the issue module, users, forums, and pages. All right, so I'm going to add. We are creating our first project. We are creating our first project. We are creating our first project. So this is the home page for Zoho Project. It is what you see on your dashboard when you log in to your page. So quickly, we're going to be looking at what we have on our left hand side here, and we're going to be looking at what these icons, what they stand for. So Zoho Project is a very good software, project management software. Can be integrated with your mail. One thing that I like the software for is the fact that you can set a lot of reminders. All right, when a task is due, you get email notification every week. You get email notification about your project, about your milestones, about the issues that you are having on the project. It is something that helps you it sends you reports by default, depending on how you have made the setting, how often, how frequently you want to get all these alerts. So those are some of the things you can do with the software for the project. All right. Before we look at what we have on this side, there is need for us in every software. You should be able to do some manipulation. You should be able to do some customization to suit your purpose, because like I always say, some of these things have been designed to make life make our work a little bit easier. So you should be able to customize it so that it will suit your work, to suit your business, it will suit the type of project that you want to do. Okay, so I want to explain what these icons here are. And the first icon here is search. If you have tagged a project or you are looking for a particular task, you can always come here to check whatever you want. All right, so the project is going to be here. That is that. The second thing we have is about notifications. If you want to look at notifications that are pending, all right, if there's something that has been flagged, something has been mentioned, you can check for notifications here. All right, now this spanner that we have here is basically for setting. So this icon here, okay, I said this is for notification. If you want, there is a notification. Usually the admin for the project, this software, they send a lot of trainings, they send a lot of webinars, so that you can keep you abreast of latest features, and you can ask them questions. They're always there. So that's what notification is all about. Then we have this spanner here. It's for settings. If you want to make settings to your, you want to change your settings, so you can use this to do that. All right, so you can customize your page to my email number is here, the name, this is just the theme. What do you want to see on your landing page? Feeds, I put feed there. It can be your home, it can be your project, it can be your calendar, it can be your discourse. We'll talk about all this. So you can use this to set what comes on your landing page when you open them. All right, this is your profile. Actually, this is your profile. Then notifications. How do you want to be receiving emails? This is very key. This is something that makes this one of the features that make Zoho Project. It's an advantage over Microsoft Project. Microsoft Project does not have all these features. When they assign a task to you, when I am assigned to a task, when I update, do I want to receive notification? These notifications comes by email. Basically, you just see that email when a task is completed, a task that I create or what they are assigned to me. When they comment on it upon predecessor tasks, upon completion. So these are various ways through which notifications can get to you. And the idea is, when you are in a when you are in a project, the tendency is there for you to forget these small details. So this is a tool that can really help us to be on top of our game, so that we do not allow any activity for us to forget any activity. So it's a tool that can help us to be reminded of what we are supposed to do. These are tasks. This is for milestone notifications also. When it's assigned, when it's updated, when it's completed. You want to receive email, other notifications when a message is pasted on the forum, when I get a direct message, when a new document is uploaded, when the user's time logs are rejected. You can set email frequently. Do you want it immediately? Do you want it 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours later? Notify me of all my activities. You understand? So this is where you set all the reminders. Very, very important. It's one of the major features of Zoho Project that gives it an edge over so many other projects and management softwares outside. So activity reminder, so you can set it. How often do you want how often do you want your pending list? You can set a reminder daily. That's at 5 o'clock, at 8 o'clock. 5 o'clock is too late. If you set it for 8 a.m. it will be better, or let's say 8:30 in the morning. You want to know when your pending activities, your issues or milestone can that you want a reminder on that. All right. Portal for configuration, you can set your date. You can set it what's the first day of the week is Monday. You can set it to Monday. All right. You can set the date format. And you can set the project settings. Okay. Tags. Select on the following methods for project completion percentage. How do you want it to be calculated? Based on the count of completed tasks or issues, based on task percentage, based on task and issue weightage. To me, I think based on percentage, you can. Okay, so if you have 10 tasks, if you have done 3, it means those tasks we have individual, they will have the same. If you choose this first one, it means they will have the same weightage. If you choose this second one, it means as you are updating the task, all right, in terms of percentage, then the total percentage will be updated. Then task and time sheet. This one is required when okay, this is a setting portal configuration or task and timesheet. Now, basically, this timesheet, what does it do? How does it work? I said for people that this software is good for people that are working from home, right? If you have assigned a task to somebody and the person immediately starts working on that task, it puts on the timer. Okay, it puts on the timer, and when it's done, it stops the timer. What does this do? It enables you to know the time, even people that you've given a task, the time they've used to accomplish such task. So it's a tool that can be used for proper evaluation, for appraisal of how to keep tab of what people are also doing. I said this feature is very good for guys that are working from home. Okay, that's by the way. So that is customization. You can customize your task, your templates, all right, your project templates, your task templates. What do you want to see in your project layout? You can create your layout. How do you want your task to be? You understand? Your issues. What is issue? Most times when you are handling a project, there's one thing or the other that is causing delay. Maybe there's a heavy downpour. Maybe there's an approval that is required, that is making that is delaying your job. So you can use issues. Immediately you log in an issue. When something is critical, it's affecting your critical parts, which is of course will cause delays in your project. You can create an issue, and what does this do? What it does is that it's documented. When there is an issue, it's documented. At times you have delays in your project, you have cost overrun in your project, and your weather is delaying your project. At the end of the day, we ask you, what happened? How did you exceed your time? You exceed your cost, you exceed this, you exceed that, and you'll be scratching your head. You can't even remember what actually caused this delay. But what this does is that when you document it, a lecturer of mine, one of the trainings that I attended, he said it's not documented, it does not exist. So you document it. So there's no room for scratching your head. There's no room for any excuse. When things are documented properly, when the proof comes to show you are able to defend yourself that, oh, this is what happened, and it's well documented, and nobody can accuse you unnecessarily. So that's what issue is all about. So task automation. So there's what we call blueprint. Blueprint is when you carry out some task routine every time, more or less like an operation. There is a way you can automate it. So when this is finished, automatically this is the next thing that happens, and notifications can be customized along that line. Okay, issue tracker is another thing. You can this one, what it does when you have SLAs, all right, you can customize your custom functions and your emails. You can link multiple issues and establish correlation. You can capture bugs from external websites using web to issue form. So what this does, when there's an issue, there are some plugins that can be used with this, that some configurations can be done, that can be tracked when it's completed. Issues are completed, maybe they need to fill a form, you understand, where for instance your service level agreement, when something is in line, there's a way the progression, you understand, there's a way you document it. So basically that's what issue tracker is all about. Then the marketplace, what this place does, if you are a developer, these guys have given room for a lot of collaboration. They collaborate with a lot of other softwares, other apps. So if you have a app that you develop, there's a way you can maybe you are a developer, you can design a plugin that can work with this. There's a lot of plugins that can work with Zoho Project. You understand, the Gmail account, even Zoom, so many other things. Google Calendar can be linked to Zoho Project. All right, so they have created an opportunity for that collaboration. So the same thing for developer space, for data administration. You want to import data, you want to buy more space, you want to back up. And the last one is the users. So basically for the users, there is hierarchy of permissions that will determine what information you are able to get. We have the client users, we have the portal users. These are guys that uses the portal. You can have client users. Who are users? The way this program works is when you have an activity, when you create a project, you can assign task to other member of the team. Maybe you are a structural guy, you are a civil guy, you understand. The M&E aspect is meant to be supervised by a colleague that is a mechanical engineer. So those tasks that are mechanical in nature will be assigned to him. Electrical, you assign to electrical guys. You understand? So what this does is that it's now their responsibility to ensure they track that progress for those sections of the project. So we have what we call client users. These are guys that uses the portal. All right. Now you can have, these are portal users, rather. For client users, maybe your contractor, they might not necessarily use the task, but when there's an activity they need to do, you can assign it to them. What does it mean? All it does is just to notify them. They will just be notified that they have a task. You understand? They don't necessarily need to come to the portal to update. All right. You can have teams also, engineering team, depending on the department you have on the project. Now, for profiles and roles. Profiles and roles are two activities. There are two ways through which access to information on a project can be gotten. For administrators, they can see everything happening on the project. For managers, they are able to create projects. It's only managers that are able to create projects. Okay, for employers, they are not able to create projects, but they can be assigned projects. Okay, and they can be assigned tasks, and they can update it. For contractors and for clients, they can also, these two guys are not portal users. Okay, so this based on profile, then we have based on roles also. So for roles, we have administrator, manager, employee, and contractor. Okay, so what are roles? Let's look at what we have here. We need to quickly, let me give you a definition. So basically, like I said, roles and profiles are two ways through which level of access to information on this software can be customized. Roles for users in the organization and map them to their designations. Users can be mapped to roles and profile to access privileges. You understand? Depending on the kind of access you want people to have that are on the team. You understand? As users, you need to define them. They can be administrators, managers, employee, and contractors. All right. So then we have profiles also. Profiles. So profile is taking time to load. Okay, so profile, let's look at what profile is. Like I said, administrator, manager, employee, contractor, and client. And client, it's taking time to load. So this we can get this from the knowledge base. Yeah, just okay. So a user's profile determines the level of access within the organization. Zoho Project classifies profiles into two categories. We have user profile and we have client profile. User profile. These profiles are assigned to portal users. Users in this profile can access modules with both internal and external flag. Admin, manager, and employee, they fall under profiles. Then we have client profile. This profile are assigned to client users. Users in this profile can only access modules with an external flag. All right. So when you are creating your project, you know there's a place where you want it to be internal or external. If you have not created that project to be external, these guys will not have access to it. They're just the portal users that can have access to it. So we have been able to look at setting is the setup in Zoho Project. That is very key, so that if you want to, so like I said, though, let's quickly look at what we have here before we go ahead to create to develop the project that we have created. Okay, so this is my home. My home is my landing page. So you can customize your landing page from the setting that we have looked at to what do you want to see on your landing page. You can customize it. So basically my landing page is showing my tags that are open, the ones that are closed. If there's any issue, open, close, milestone. All right, it's showing that it comes with a lot of analytics. I understand, for guys that love to see data processed in a way that can be easily seen. You can see my works item due for today. When you open your land page, you are able to see items that are due for this day. It brings it out for you. It makes it organized. My issues, you understand, if there's any issue with a project, my work that are overdue, I'm able to see it. My milestone, I'm able to see it. My timesheet, I'm able to see it. All the tasks, all the issues, my event, I'm able to see it. So that's what we see on the home page. Then we have the feed. Now the feed, what happens here? Every activity, you understand, all the things that happens when I joined, when I created a project, you see it. Then we have status also. There's nothing on status now. Then you have activity stream. Activity stream also shows what happened, what have I done, what are the projects I've created, and stuffs like that. Now discourse is like a social media, a way of communication. When you have a project, you understand, you can create like a chat. You have a chatbot, you can start a new conversation, and members of that team, people that you have added as users on that project, can discuss there. All right, so you have your calendars also. You can customize your calendar, so when you have your task shows and comes up on all those dates. You understand? Some people, they prefer to even work with things like this. You understand? They prefer to look at their calendar daily. What are the tasks that are today? That's what you want. And we have projects. So we have projects. So we go to project. Basically, we have 2 projects that are active on this. So you can see some messages here. When I'm done creating a project, I will take time to explain what we have on this side, and I will explain what we are seeing here, telling me to upgrade. I will explain that also. So you have projects. So let me delete this. Okay, so this is the project that I've created initially. So we need to populate this project. Now, when you want to create a project, there is need for you to already have, possibly you can even write it by hand, what we call work breakdown schedule. If you are so vast with you are so vast and so conversant with what you want to plan for, you can do it with your head. But if you are not so vast, it's important to first of all print by sketch on a paper. Try to plan through a work breakdown schedule what you want to do, so that when you come here and you start putting the dates, okay, when you start putting the dates, you do not waste time. All right, so we go to project. This is the project that we created. So I go inside. So when I go inside, I see it's already showing I've not created any task, so I need to create task. Right now, in Zoho Project, the way you create your hierarchy, in Microsoft Project, what you do, you indent it to create hierarchy. But in Zoho Project, you are not able to do that. You have to enter those tasks one by one. It takes more time actually to create those tasks and subtasks here. So they are basically, in Zoho Project, is basically divided into 3. We have what we call milestone, we have what we call task, and we have what we call task list. If you want to break your project into smaller chunks, if it's a big project, things like pre-construction, foundation, superstructure, finishing, and M&E and stuff like that, right? It's a big project. You can use milestones. You need to create those milestones first, and you create tasks under the milestone. All right, you can also, under those tasks, you can create subtasks. If it's a project that does not have much activity, you can just go to task direct. You can add task direct, you understand? All right. So but if you want to create those hierarchy, you will need to create milestones. All right. So I want to create a milestone now. So what do? I call my milestone. I think we have created one milestone. Yes, pre-construction. Let me see. Pre-construction works. Okay, we have one milestone already. Okay. So the project is starting. Let's assume the project is starting today. All right. So for pre-construction work, I'm looking at a whole month, more than a month or thereabout. So I need like 30, let's say 30 days from second to, let's say, like this. All right. So who is the owner? So presently I do not have any user on this project. It can be me. I will still talk about that later. So do you want to flag it to internal or external? If it's internal, it's only your project, your user client, I mean your internal users that can have access to it. If it's an external, you flag it as external. Then if you have a client on that project, you have a contractor on that project, they will be able to access it. So I keep it internal. So you can tag it. You want to tag your project, you can say civil project, anything you want to call it, right? You can tag it. Okay. All right. So you have created that task. Let me see. So now, for you to create tasks under your milestone, there's what we call task list. If you are creating, is that here you create. If these tasks are very small, just go to tasks immediately. But when you create a milestone, you need to add task list before you are able to add task under it. You can just say foundation works. All right. So I click add. All right. So I can do under that foundation now. I can now add my task. Okay. This project basically is about steel works for a project. The civil side is not going to be there. Maybe I can just leave some time for it. So the construction works, let me begin to add them one by one. Submission of approval drawing. Okay. So you can just say architectural. You can add description. That's one advantage this one has. And electrical. Electrical, mechanical, sorry, mechanical to be for approval to be submitted. Okay, anything. Okay, this user can still be me. The start date is second. Okay. Maybe I use like let me see. Okay. Priority is high. Approval is high. Okay, I can add. Okay, let me check something. I've added. Let me go back to see what I have done. Foundation. Under that, let me see my stone. Okay, construction. Excuse me. I want to look at the dates. Start date. Okay, this is so when you're starting. So this is wrong. So I'm starting this project. Just want to check the start date for the project. Start date. Okay, I need to go and change this. This is March. So let's assume this project is starting today. All right, this project is starting today, and this project is going to take it's going to take 3 months. It starts today. It's going to start on 28th of February. Takes 3 months. That's February. That's March, April, May ending. Okay, good. So every other activity. That's why it's very important that you have your work breakdown schedule mapped out before you begin to duration. Let's just say using 7 days arbitrary. Right, so I can easily now add another task, right? So I can go ahead and add another task. So we can write submission. Okay, then award of contract. So by the time you have done all your drawings, all right, while you are waiting for the approval, you can use that opportunity to do what? To award your contract. All right, you finalize the contract and acceptance. All right, so when that is done, then so now if I want to end this task, I can just click add. But if I want to begin to add more tasks, I can just do add more. Okay, so the next thing is payment of advance, and I can say payment of, let me just say preparation. Let's cut it short. There's preparation of workshop drawing. Preparation. You can use this project process. Time while you wait for town planning approval to begin to work on the shop drawings. All right. So preparation of shop drawings. I click myself. I click start. March. Okay, add more, then acceptance or approval of workshop grant. Alright, approval of workshop grant. I put the date there. So let's see what we have, whether dates are correlating. Okay, this date has to be changed. This 19, 20, okay, 5 days. And I don't need 5 days. I can change this to 3 days. Save. Alright. So this is my reconstruction work. Alright. So I need to create another milestone now. Alright. So I can go to my project. My project. Create milestone, add milestone. I say Steelworks. Basically, it's another contractor that is doing the steelworks. I mean the foundation. So it's just an assumption that everything will have been taken care of. Okay, so I can leave like a month for that. Everything will have been sorted out. After that approval by March, so I'm starting by April. I'm starting my project by April. Alright, I'm using 2 months, April and May. Okay, April to May ending. Right, 2 months. Owner is me. Alright, internal. So I click add. Okay, so I now do at list. So this one will be this tax list fabrication steel fabrication and erection. Alright, steel fabrication and erection. So I can now add my task. I just need to be fast. Add my task here. Okay, so I can add purchase of steel beams, stanchion, columns, etc. Okay, for that I can add my start date. I'm starting in May. Okay, April rather. So if I start on 1, use the whole week to sort that out. Right, I click add more. Then fabrication on site. Okay, I need like 3 weeks for that. This start on Monday, 3 weeks. Okay, then I install erection of steel members. Okay, erection of steel members. We're in April, right? Starts on 26. We need 2 weeks. So 26 till May. Right? When I click that, let me see what I have. Okay, fabrication on site. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm going to as you are fabricating, before you finish fabrication, you have started the installation already. All right, so I need to do alignment. My last day here is the 5th, 7th. I need to add another 7th of May. So alignment. alignment of steel structure. Alignment of steel structure. I have till May already, so 10th. I give a week to make sure all those things that are straight, not straight, are properly aligned. Alright, so the idea is just to know how to input some of these things. Alright, so I want to create another milestone, and that will be roof covering. Alright, add milestone, roof covering. Alright, so roof covering we can only start, excuse me, so I have to start first of, okay, so I start in June. Okay, roof covering. Okay, so I start in June. The best way to do all this program is to ensure that you have already written this out, so that you will not have issues, right? Okay, that is hard. So task list, roof covering, supply and installation of roof. Okay, so what do? I go inside and I can now create those tasks there. So and what do? Purchase of roofing sheets. You need to give enough time here, because if you are not careful, if you have any description you want to add to it, you can do. You can have some delay. Alright, so we're starting that. You can procure your roofing sheets here, so that I want to bring it May. We're already in May. Start in 24th, so that I want to give enough time for, you can make the priority high. I had another task, installation of roofing sheets. Installation of roofing sheets. Okay, installation of roofing sheets. That will start in June. I start by 6th of June. Oh, sorry, this is 2022. June. Okay, so I click add. Alright, so the idea is just to know how to enter these stuffs. Basically I tell people that at times some of these tools, it might look as if you are wasting time while doing this, as in it requires a lot of time on your part to input all these things. But we should remember that 2 minutes spent in preparation can save you 10 or more in execution. All right, so I do not take planning lightly. I do not take it lightly. When we don't plan very well, I've had instances in this country where a power plant was conceived, built, commissioned without taking into consideration where gas is going to come from. Sounds ridiculous. But all the thing, when you sit down to plan, to have a mental picture of how this project is going to run, is going to, when you have time to do those analysis at the beginning, you are not going to have problem at the end of the day. So I do not really see this as a waste of time, but I believe it's an investment that had to be made at the beginning of a project, so that when you are into it, you do not have issues. All right, so this is our program. This is our program. We have seen the start date. So like every other program, what you need to do is that you can be updating it. All right, you can be updating your program. You can see immediately you start an activity, what you just do is move it here, so it's in progress. All right, you can see task has been updated. If it's under review, if it's tested, if it's on hold, if it's delayed, and when it's completed, you can move it there, drag it here to show that is having completed. Right, we have some views. We have Kanban view. This is the Kanban view. We have the plain view as well. The plain view shows you what is similar to you can see all your tasks here. You can see the owner, whether it's in progress. So when you want to update it, and this is where you come to update it. All right, so when it's completed, the day you update it that is completed, the time of completion will be here. Some analysis will follow it, the time that you have spent and stuffs like that. All right, that's the plain view. And let's look at the classic view now. So the classic view is this. You have the task, all open task, everything is also there. All right, so you can export those tasks. You can export it. You can export it in Excel. You can export it in CSV file. All right, you can export it. Then if you are, then you can now go to Gantt and reports. So this is what we are usually familiar with. You see the Gantt, our Gantt chart is here. Let me shrink this so that you can see it. Alright, our Gantt chart is here, but it's only showing view by milestone. That's why you are seeing this. If you want to view by tasks, everything comes out. So this is just like what we have in our Gantt chart, and you can export it to PDF. All right, you can show your critical parts. So if you export it to PDF, data may contain. Do you want to encrypt it? If you want to even password your Gantt chart, you are able to do that. So it's generating the PDF. Alright, the PDF is already generated. Let's open it and see what we have. So you can see your Gantt chart. Alright, so everything is coming out. The Gantt chart is coming out. Everything just like we have in Microsoft Project. Alright, so this tool, if you can take time to create your project, you need to first of all have your work breakdown schedule, so that when you are doing it, we do not wait too much time. Okay, so there is something that is very key. Zoho Project is free, but it has limitations. If you want to maximize the use of Zoho Project, you need to pay for it. If you want to have access to all the features. But before we go to that, you can, one thing I also like this for, I'm presently using this in my place of work. You can add a lot of folders. You can add a lot of things that you want to do. You can add drawings, all right? You can have drawings, you can have POs, everything. You can add it, all right, to your project, so that at a glance all those documents that you need, you understand, you can keep them there, so that when you want to access those information, you are able to, then you can determine the level of access. How do you want people to be able to access those files? So you can have documents attached to your project. You can have timesheets attached to your project. You can attach timesheets to your project. Now if you look at this, you see upgrade, because you are in a free version. Okay, let me click upgrade and let's see what we have. All right, let's see what we have. Let me just show you an idea. This software is good for a team. It's good for a team. You understand? It's good for a team. It's good for an office environment. You want to have a software that can be used depending on the size of your team. If you want to pay to have a better, to have the total access to all the features, it's just premium is 1,200 per month. The enterprise is the complete version. You can see here is unlimited project, 20 project templates, unlimited project. You understand? You have add-on client users. Client users are people that doesn't necessarily need to use the portal, but maybe contractors or your client, your stakeholder. So depending on the size of your team, you can upgrade to premium, or you upgrade to enterprise. We are in the basic plan now, so there are some features that we are not able to have access to. You understand? So most of the time this amount is not correct, but the best thing is to look at the USD value. So it's the USD value that you will need. They will be charged based on the current rate. So per user, if you want to have access to all the features for Zoho Project, Zoho Project is something that is going to help you to keep you abreast, sending you mails, sending you alerts. You understand? So that it makes the work very easy for you. So this is all for Microsoft Project, Zoho Project. Something that you are interested in, you can take time to listen to this video. Thank you very much.